Easy signing in. Stacking this track will still get you clapped. Today we got
Yeah. It's your boy Kojo Hot Flow, aka Kojo Snowden, aka Mr. Annapolis the King. What's up?
So man, Cole, last time since we chopped it up together for real, kinda let us know what you got going on now for real, man.
Just put out 2 projects, No Rules, my first time releasing a double album. Hooked up with DJ Big Doobie, producer, and we did this double album. And then right after that, I released my EP titled Fame 9, which is funded my expense. That's the EP I drop every year on my son's birthday. So he 9, this is the 9th one. That's completely produced by Tony Crabb. So that's what I got going on right now, and literally just got back from St. Martin and Anguilla on a promo radio run for both of those projects. So got a lot of footage coming soon over there.
So tell the fans what can they expect from this project that you got coming there, like?
Okay, so with the next project, because those 2 are already out, so what to expect from the next project coming, I'm sure by now everybody knows the 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. So I'm about to drop a brand new mixtape where I redid the entire Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt album. I'm calling it Seasonal Drought, and it's part 3. I've done it twice already, the 15-year and the 25-year. So now that it's 30-year, I'm about to drop that. Got a lot of connections with a lot of people on J-Team, from his nephew to Bleak, and a lot of those cats. So that's gonna be coming real soon.
So what would you say the message is with this one that's coming out?
With this one, the message is, I'm just giving them raw rap this time. Like the last time I did it, I included a whole bunch of people. I had like maybe close to 30 other artists on this project. I had one song that had like 20 different rappers on there. So this time, it's just gonna be a lot of raw rap, authentic, and really kind of taking it back to the roots, because like a lot of cats down my way, like they be like, "Cole, man, we see you doing your thing, and that's cool and all that, but man, we want that live from the 1400 talk, like how you used to," you know what I mean? So I'm tapping back into a lot of raw energy with this Seasonal Drought part 3.
So you mentioned projects like No Rules, the No Side, right? The Rules Side.
Right.
And the Fame Series, right? How do those fit into where your creativity is at today for real?
Honestly, man, I really I had done so many projects, like now I kind of like put it in the hands of the producer. So like with the Fame 9 project, like I came up of course with the concept, but Tony Crabb, who did all the production on it, I told him like, yo, take me where you want me to go with this one. So like he created the beats, he created like a couple of the concepts, and I kind of just filled in the blanks. With the No Rules project, that was more like real introspective and personal, but at the same time, it was like I let DJ Big Doobie lead, so I had no like opinions on like the beats he sent. He sent the tracks, I sat with him, and then just piece by piece started putting songs together. Before we knew it, man, we had like 24, 25 songs, and it was like, all right, man, this gonna be a double, and then we just split it up like that. So the No Side is kind of like traditional music, like all the titles are like, in my opinion, like kind of regular titles. But on the Rule side, if people check it out, it's like every title has like a celebrity name in it. So it's weird. Jay-Z made the song Cry, Chuck Brown met Tim's at the Go-Go. It's like a bunch of like crazy titles on there just to create conversation.
So I see you kind of pick and grab from different eras and genres for real. Would you say that's what kind of shaped the movie Kojo, who he is as a rapper?
Today, kind of like challenging myself. I did the whole thing where, like, for a long time, like, I've been doing this joint for so long, where as though, like, I had all the type of songs that I felt like I could make, but then it's like, man, my son was born, and that's when I changed. I was like, you know what? Nothing against nobody who do, but I'm like, man, I ain't gonna use the N-word, I ain't gonna cuss no more in the music, like, because it just opened up so many other doors. So now I'm performing at weddings, I'm getting into schools, I'm being able to travel and do different things with that. So yeah, man. Yeah.
So when I heard you mention Tony Crabb, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Because I've been seeing y'all rocking, doing y'all thing for so long.
For sure.
Where does that kind of chemistry kind of come from, that connection for you?
Yo, he had family who lived down Robinwood. And his cousins used to always like, yo, you need to hear my cousin. He had female cousins. Shout out to Fat and Keela, and then shout out to my man BJ brother. They used to always tell me like, yo, my little cousin, nice. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. And then one day he just pulled up and just like started rapping. I'm like, oh, this is who y'all was talking about. And then from there, man, he really became instrumental in like everything that I was doing, because like the recording process became a necessity. Like at the time, we was like spending crazy money going to different studios and just like maxing out. And it's just like, he was like, yo, I'm gonna learn how to do this. So then I got shout out to Young H and J Money, because those two was the ones who taught him how to engineer. So he always give credit to them. And then like I said, without them doing that for him, then he wouldn't be able to do all the engineering stuff for me. So man, yeah, Tony Craft just been real instrumental in everything, especially what I had going on like the last 10 years from a recording standpoint.
So are there any collaborations coming that people don't know about yet?
Yo, this year marks 20 years since me and Brianna did the Hood Love. We did a Hood Love mixtape back in 06. So we was talking about doing like a song or two or whatever, but I'm re-releasing the whole Hood Love project. They took it off, you know, it used to be on that Piff, and we had CDs, but of course you can't do that now. They took that Piff off, but because I got my own website, I could put the music on there. So I'm re-releasing the Hood Love project with me and Brianna. And then the plan was for me and her to do some records, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To like, I told her at least one or two, you know what I mean? So I'm putting that in the atmosphere. She said she was down for sure, so that should be happening. And Crown, the Crown Beats, shout out to them, Keep It Raw Zone. Me and him he been sending some tracks, so we cooking up, so that's coming. And my man E, IHP Productions, me and him got a project coming up too. He recorded this project. He produced the project I got called I'm King. So me and him got something coming too. So, dang, my bad. I know I got a lot of stuff happening. And shout out to my man Dio the Brick from Baltimore. Me and him gonna be cooking up something too. And I know it's some other stuff, but blame my mind, not my heart, y'all.
That's fire, bro. Now, how long have you really been making music, so to say? Because you still, like you just saying, you got so much going on. You've been doing this for how long, bro?
Well, I started writing rhymes at 9. But before then, like I was recording. Well, I used to rap. I used to take Shaquille O'Neal raps. I said this a few times back when ain't nobody know like Shaq raps or whatever. And then my cousin dimed me out. He like, you know, I was starting to get people down around me was like, oh, you know, the older dude was like, oh, that's nice. Then my cousin was just like, yo, I ain't gonna let you keep getting off like that. Like he just told everybody, man, that's Shaquille O'Neal raps. So shout out to Aunt Donna for that Shaquille O'Neal CD for Christmas that year. And yeah, I used to jack Shaq raps.
So are you making music strictly for your supporters, or are you trying to reach a bigger audience now?
Man, honestly, right now my core fan base is the aim. They've been supporting, like, I mean, in ways where like I'm releasing projects just on my own personal website, and like they doing stuff like, you know, buying and purchasing the projects. You know, I sold projects for $100, for $333, like one album. You know what I mean? And that's just my core fan base. But once again, a lot of times, RP my man Buck 40. I got a lot of projects on there that's only $4.40, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm aiming for my core every single time, but in the midst of that, if I gain a new listener or a new follower or something, I appreciate that as well.
Shout your website out and everything like that so everybody know how to tap into
www.kojosnowden.com, that's the website. Once again, that's www.kojosnowden.com. And then, of course, everywhere via social media is at KOJO440.
So now I really want to kind of tap into your legacy.
For sure.
Now you watched the Annapolis scene evolve over the years.
For sure.
What's changed the most?
The sound. The sound. Man, the dudes that I came up off listening to, like, it was extremely, like, to me, original. Like, and once again, it could be because I was younger and I'm looking at what they doing and it's like, oh man. And you know how they say that saying, nothing new under the sun. So I've seen so many people come and go, like do music, not do music no more. And then like a lot of the younger cats that I've heard or whatever, they kind of tap into the sound of now.
Yeah.
And it's just like whatever the industry standard is. And I mean, I kind of can't knock it because like, I mean, we all went through that space. Like, yo, man, if Jadakiss, Joel Santana, Tupac was the hot thing, sometimes the music kind of sounded in that way, but it was still like your own identity. But now, the biggest thing I really do see is the sound and also the work ethic. Like, nowadays it's kind of, you know, people, some of these cats recording on their phones.
Yeah.
They ain't necessarily got to go to a studio. They can, you know, do it themselves. Where like, yo, you really used to have to write down your lyrics, know it. You on studio time, like you can't waste time. So that's the thing I've seen change. But it's also salute to, you know, some of the youngins because they've evolved it too.
Yeah.
Dan pushed it and took it to heights that like, you know, nobody around here has ever done. Like, man, and I'm super supportive of the cats that's doing that.
So would you say you have updated yourself, so to say, as far as your writing process? Do you still kind of write with the pen, or you kind of in the phone now more, or you off to just dome with it?
Yeah. Depending on who I'm working with, like, okay. I'm extremely, like, I'm on the phone crazy. Like, because once again, I'm putting out, at this point, at this clip, it's like, man, anywhere between 5 to 10 projects a year. Like, I'm just recording, whether it's a collaboration, it's a solo project or whatever. So a lot of times I type it in the phone, but then it's like times I collaborate with, salute to my man Comp. He used to say stuff like, nah, don't put that phone up, like, just say what's on your mind, you know, and will push me to air write him and the boy Dirt Road. When we were doing music together, a lot of times them dudes ain't write nothing down. They just like, yo, no, just, yo, do it. So that really pushed me to like, kind of like start having it in the brain. So, but more, it's on the phone for me, that's the most.
Okay. What's one era of Annapolis music you think deserves more recognition?
This gonna be crazy to most, cause like, I'm a connoisseur of this joint, so like, I go back, man. To me, the era would have to be, I'ma say, this had to be like from, and I mean, I wasn't old enough to see them do it, but when I got old enough and people started schooling me to it, and then they were still like in their heyday of doing it, Rocco, Papoose, rest in peace Smalls, like Faces of Funk era, they deserve like a lot of credit, man. Like, I mean, they inspired me, who ultimately, you know, like took from like what they did and kind of ran with the torch. So I gotta say, like that era, Rolo, Benny, rest in peace, Burvon, yeah, all the guys. Like I say, man, any of y'all who watching who really know the scene from back then, y'all gonna know like Rico, Rolo, Burv, Tanya, Miss Vert. Man, it was a scene here. Like I said, that inspired me to do what I'm doing. So I got to give it up to them.
So what motivates you to keep making music after all these years?
A lot of times when I run into them, like, yo, they'll tell me stuff like, yo, what you doing right now, you making me proud. Like, that alone is like the motivation for me. The other side, of course, is like, you know, the family aspect. Like, man, when I was moving around doing things in the street and I started getting locked up, and I just remember being in the courtroom and watching my mama cry. And I remember looking back and like, dang, like, that's because of me. Like, she crying because of me. And one of the things she stood on, like her whole thing used to be, I'm a single mother, I raised 3 kids down Robinwood, they all graduated high school, and I ain't never go to the police station for nothing. That was her speech, and I remembered that. But I took that away from her. Like, not my older brother, not my older sister, but me. So like, when Biggie said that line about smile every time my face is up in the source, but his mom's, like, that's what keep me going, because it's like, no matter what, I can't take away that. Like, she lives with that. Like, she, of course, it's been years. She's like, oh, that's old, don't worry about it, I forgive you. But for me, it's like, no, I took your bragging thing from you, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that keep me going. I love, like, being able to go somewhere, go to her crib and be like, Ma, I just came from here, I just did this. Or I call her on the phone, I just did this. So that's the thing that keep me going.
Ain't gonna lie, so I talk to a lot of different people that create music on this camera, bro. And every time you speaking, I see a fire in your eyes. Like when you talking about the music, I can see you take it to, like you really feel. Like,
oh no,
I don't see the spark in other people when I when I'm having these conversations with them, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got a different type of hunger.
No, bro, I'm passionate about it. Like when I tell you like Cub, P Gutter, Vern J, those guys was like those was my Jay-Z's and big like dog. I know Cub and Rappin' Ron and Pitch Lyrics just as much as I know Nas and Biggie. Like I'll go up to them and start rapping they rhymes from when they was 14 and 15, and they like, yo, how you? I still got they cassette tapes. Like, so because like what they instilled and probably unbeknownst to them, like me and Pitts had this conversation a few times or whatever, but like I know unbeknownst to a lot of them, like they inspired me. So they took it to a certain space and they still working and still doing things, but like I really carry that thing on my back when I go out of the city. And you know, normally they hear Maryland and they be like, oh, Baltimore, and I'm like, nah, I'm from Annapolis, and they like, Annapolis, Indianapolis, oh, Annapolis. So yeah, I'm just passionate about that part, man. Joe Budden said one time, I let people know Jersey City was gifted when there was people who ain't even know Jersey City existed. And when he said that, I just thought of Annapolis in a way like, yo, it's people who don't recognize and realize. So I'm serious about that. That's what I'm passionate about, man.
When it's all said and done, what do you want your impact on Annapolis to be?
He ain't quit. He ain't give up. He stayed consistent. I say it all the time, man. I ain't necessarily everybody's cup of tea when it come to the music, or as the adults say, I ain't everybody brand of vodka, whatever. But I look at it and say like, who music you like, I feel like is opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody might got a vibe that you like, somebody might got a vibe that you don't like or whatever. So it's like, I think the music is the opinion. I always take the Jerry Rice effect. Like, I'm the first there, the last to leave. Who gonna outwork me? Will Smith said, yo, if we get on the treadmill, either you gonna get off first or I'm gonna die, like one or the other. So like, I look at it like that. Like, I know that like, yo, some people like, oh man, I don't like Kojo music because of this, or I don't mess with that, or whatever. But like, you can't say I don't work, you know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. It's like, I like to do the things in black and white because everything else is just opinion.
Do you feel as though you get the proper respect you deserve?
Man, I seen y'all interview. I seen your thing. And so one of the most underrated, I would definitely say that amongst people who I speak to, you know what I'm saying? For sure, like, you know, it's people who know like the back catalog. They like, yo, I remember this joint or whatever. So they give it up. But on the surface level, nah, I don't think that like people look at it and necessarily be like, yo, Kojo. You know, I'm probably not the first thought that come to like people's minds, but I love when Styles P said, Styles P, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. I look at it and be like, cool, right? But I know a lot of people who like favorite rapper is Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
And then when Jay-Z got his award and they asked him like, you know, to give up for the, you know, the Writers Hall of Fame, he said, KRS-One. KRS-One bowed down to me. So it's just like, I look at it and say, well, I might not be your favorite rapper, but one of the rappers you like, that being Jay-Z, one of the rappers he like would say, yo, you that dude. So I kind of look at it in that space, man. So whether it's ever said like on a large level, I don't, you know, that don't necessarily bother me, because like I always say, I had 9 years ago, I had my son Fame, so I don't need the fame because I got it already. He literally, that's his name, so I ain't looking for fame. He is what it is. And then on the other side of it is, like I told you, I was just in St. Martin, and I had my 14-year-old daughter with me, and I had my 9-year-old son, and we riding in the car. And like, you know, Nicki Minaj playing on the radio, and Tory Lanez, and just different records. And then they hear their father song come on. That's the win. Like, oh my gosh, like that's the plus for me. So as far as the credit, not necessarily, but it's cool because like it's still all love, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I put the idea, the moniker of Mr. Annapolis on the back, and then the weird thing is, like, if you go on Facebook right now, for those who still use it, like if you start typing in Annapolis, like in the thing, my name gonna pop up. Now you don't even gotta type Kojo. You start typing in Annapolis something, just naturally. So I'm cool with all of that, man.
Yeah.
My bad. I get long-winded, man, because I'm passionate, but so I sometimes I just spill. I keep going.
So now I heard you say something just a little while ago, right? And I was going to touch on that next. So the Jay-Z comparisons, where does that kind of come from? So we say.
What you mean?
As far as, because I always hear people like, man, like Kojo got like a Jay-Z type of flow, excuse me, and start things like that. So to say, like,
well, to me, I can't front when I caught my legal situation or whatever, small little county time, but then they let me go on house arrest, right? While I was on house arrest, like gave me like a little 18 months joint, but you know you get like day for day because you're in the county, as long as you're doing, you know, I had a job or whatever, so it's like turned into 9. And that whole time, like dog, I literally T.I., Tupac, and Jay-Z, like every performance, every song, I like literally studied it down to a T, like, and I think, you know, just naturally, it probably started, you know, it rubbed off, like, dang, like, this how he carry it, or this how he carry it, or whatever. So a lot of times people be like, yo, when you be performing, I see that like T.I. type of thing or whatever, like, it's cause I ain't gonna front, like, not intentionally, just, I modeled a lot of things after that, cause how I seen them move.
So who belongs on Annapolis Mount Rushmore rappers?
Yo, for me, that would have to be, it would have to be an era thing. It would have to be an era thing. Like, I could give you my personal. I give you my personal opinion, because everybody entitled to theirs.
Yes, sir.
But my personal would have to be Faces of Funk. They got going as a group. So Papoose, Smalls, Three Going Hard, which is like the Robinwood guys, Rico Bennett. They got to go on like as a group like Outkast or something. I gotta say, off of Impact, Young Dylan. Off of Impact, man, what he doing, and that last spot. Ooh, dang, who would have that last spot? Dang, dog, I don't even know who I would give that last spot to. That's, oh man, I'm putting myself on there. I'm putting myself. I know people go, girl, great, like, oh, how you ain't say this person, but once again, that's just like my personal opinion. Like I say, just for what the first two have meant to me, as far as like just the inspiration to do it in the first place. I chose Young Dylan because of like the worldwide impact that he's having and everything he's doing. And then I got to put myself. Got to.
So who was the first rapper from Annapolis that made people take the city seriously?
People as a first rapper to make the city people take it seriously as a whole. I would say Pitts. I gotta say P Gutter. I think everybody did music. Well, people did music at a certain time, but not like a lot of people was doing it. But I think at that era and that time when Pitts started getting like popular and all that, like, and that's like I say, the things that people don't know. Like, people don't know Willie Black, P Gutter, and Cubs did like a group project, and I got it. You know what I mean? It's called Live from Medusa, Live from Merlin, USA, and it's on cassette tape, and I got it. And I just feel like when Pitts did his thing, a lot of cats fell under his umbrella, and then a lot of people fell under their umbrella, and I just think it grew from there. But like I say, Pitts is from the lineage of like Papoose and all that, but I think Pitts doing it and getting the recognition he got is what ultimately made the most people in the city, in my opinion, start taking it seriously.
So who had the city on lock before social media existed?
Before social media existed, I think it's a toss-up. I think depending on what you look for, I would say Keep It Raw as a collective, 410 Hustlers as a collective, even the Circle had like it going crazy. So yeah, I don't know who would, I guess I couldn't pick one particular person who had like the city on lock, because I think everybody did something that I didn't see nobody else do. Like Cub brought people out that I just like on a level of like, yo, we going to support him, we rocking with him, like we doing this thing. But then I see Pitts connected with, you know, Freeway and Mully Man from Baltimore and just different cats, and it's like, oh, like, so it was a different type of time. And then, like I said, Keep It Raw had like the school on lock doing the Keep It Raw bounce and all that. So yeah, and that was before social media. So yeah, I gotta give it to all of them.
So what's a piece of Annapolis music history younger artists don't know about?
Man, when they was selling actual physical copies in the stores, Faces of Funk, man, Papoose and Smalls, man, shout out to Milk and everybody on their team. They actually had a commercial on BET, and they literally had CDs in stores. And I think like a lot of younger people don't know about that, so yeah.
So which Annapolis artist should have blown up but never got the opportunity?
You got some good questions. But never got the opportunity. Dag, dog, that's a should have blown up, but never got the opportunity. Man, I got to give it to all, like I say, all the guys who were like older than me doing their thing, and for whatever reason, whether, you know, some people passed away, some people in jail, street stuff, whatever, it just got in the way. Yeah, for that, it's too many to name, man. I couldn't even pick just one.
So who would you say had the biggest impact on the Annapolis music scene?
Biggest impact. I would have to go Cub. Yeah, I gotta go Cub. The biggest impact on the Annapolis Cub, for sure.
So for you, old Annapolis rap or new Annapolis rap?
Old Annapolis rap.
So which Annapolis rapper had the best bars for you?
Bars.
I know it's a tough one.
Yeah, bars alone. Dang, man. Yeah, that's a tough one. Once again, man, blame my mind, not my heart, but I gotta go bars alone. Dang, man. Dang, I got stomped with that one. K-Nels. I gotta go K. Bars. K-Nels and Nezza. For bars alone, we just talking bars. It gotta be them. And, oh my bad, and the boy Senseless, Raynard. K-Nels, Senseless, and Nezza.
So who has the best work ethic? What Annapolis rapper would survive in today's music industry?
Well, once again, I got, you know, I think Young Dylan is currently doing it. He's showing us how it's done, and shout out to his family, you know what I mean? Keeping that young man head straight. And like I said, man, I've been in the studio with him when he was young. His pops brought him through, and yo, he different. I promise you, he different.
So if you could bring one retired artist back, who would it be?
Rocco. And when you put this out, I'm tagging him in it. I've been trying to, he one of the ones I ain't never get one with. Rico, you know I was gonna say you. Rocco, man.
So look, man, I'm gonna let you go, Kobe. I appreciate you, bro, pulling up, you know what I mean, and giving us this Annapolis interview, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, man.
South,
Yeah. Once again, this is Kojo Snowden, aka Kojo High Flow, aka the King, Mr. Annapolis, however you want to call it, man. Shout out to everybody who doing anything. Shout out to CodeTv. Shout out to Annapolis as a whole. Man, we all we got. But we got the opportunity to, you know, show love to each other and make the world respect it. Everybody just stay true, stand on your own 10, believe in what you believe in, and do your thing, and make sure you're doing it from the heart. Be passionate about it, and it don't matter what nobody else say. You got it.